members that are scattered out in other committee meetings that they're part of as well, who we're waiting to come down to present on a couple of bills today. So we'll skip around the printed agenda to make sure that we get everybody covered. So the first thing, I guess we'll take up the lightweight stuff first. I hope it's lightweight. But we'll go and handle the last item on the agenda for today, which is Senate Bill 2778, Community Service Revolving Fund to extend the repealer on the authority to collect fees from parole offenders for deposit. I think everyone should be clear on what that does. This is just for those people out on probation and parole, for them to be able to pay the monthly supervision fees and things like that they're required to pay, just extending the repealer on that. Do we have any questions?
Extends it 4 years.
That extends it 4 years, I'm sorry. Do we have any questions? If we don't have any questions on that, ask for a motion. Motion is time sufficient to pass. All in favor? All opposed? Ayes carried. Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda, we're going to skip down to Senate Bill 2041. I see Senator Hickman is here, and I'll let him explain the bill. But I will let the committee know I think this is a very important bill, and we've had some data before that supports this, and we don't do it. We did this bill last year, got it out of the Senate, out of the committee, out of the Senate, where it died in the House. So we're wanting to attempt to get this legislation passed again this year. Senator Hickman will recognize to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for taking this up again. As he said, we got it out of this committee, I think unanimous, and off the Senate floor unanimous. Basically, what this bill would do, the Department of Correction to do basically just a pre-screening for dyslexia. And what we found out in other states is that if you can test for dyslexia, you're able to then assist with recidivism rate once individuals get out of incarceration, because you know what some issues are, what things they have going on. The data says that I think it was 5 times higher for the prison population. Dyslexia was 5 times higher for the prison population than it was for individuals who weren't incarcerated. So there's some kind of correlation between people committing crimes and having issues with dyslexia. This is only requiring them to do pre-screening, which would then allow us to apply their tactics or whatever we need to use in our prison system to assist with recidivism. That's a brief explanation of the bill, and I will yield for any questions.
Is there any question? Sorry, Senator Chazanoni, you recognize.
It's a good bill. I just wonder how it will be paid for.
So if I can remember correctly, I'll get you all the numbers on the floor. It's a minimal cost because we're not required them to do the website. We have 2 different dyslexia. This just required them to do the screening. And it's my understanding that they already have like the IT infrastructure. So there is a cost, and I have a fiscal note. Last year, I'll get the fiscal note again, but it was a minimal cost.
Part of the intake process
Yes.
as they're to the system.
Yes.
So it'd just be one extra step. That wouldn't be a separate screening process.
It would be separate, and from my understanding, yeah, I think they already have like the system that they can record in, like, so they wouldn't need a new like IT system to record it in. It would just be a line on what we're doing.
Thank you, Senator Hickman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Hickman, I think I heard Senator Chazanoni motion to time sufficient to pass.
Passes the motion.
Yeah. The motion is time sufficient to pass. Sound opposed? Yeah, thank you, Senator Hickman. And if you by any chance see Senator Sparks or Wiggins, thank you, Senator. The next bill we will take up is Senate Bill 2036. we took this bill up last year as well, passed the House, passed the Senate, but was died in the House. And basically what the bill does, there's just one line, one word changing. I think it's on line 20, lines 14 and 15, where it changed the language of shall to may. The discretion of the parole board to have individuals eligible for parole. Because we still have some issues there between how NDLC collects reports the information to the parole board and vice versa. We would like for the parole board to be able to look at individuals and have the opportunity where they can determine if these individuals are truly eligible for parole. So that the only language change in there again is on line 14 and 15, and we're just changing it from shall to may. Is there any questions from anyone on the committee? If there's no question from anyone on the committee, Senator Brumfield is recognized for a motion.
Sufficient to pass.
Motion is title sufficient to pass. All in favor, let it be known by sign. All opposed, the ayes carry. Thank you. I see Senator Williams is joined us. We will now go to items. The clerk gave it to me now. Item 2777, not item, but Senate Bill 2777 on today's calendar. And we'll recognize Senator Williams to explain the bill. Thank you.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a simple bill. It actually came at the request of the Circuit Judges Association. And there's some questions about actually the law when somebody has already been sentenced to post-release or probation, and whether if they commit a felony while on that probation, whether it can be revoked or not. And so that's what this is trying to address. And again, it came to us from the Circuit Judges Association. And if you look at line 17, starting at 17, the probation, post-release, supervision, or suspension may, and that's important because that's the discretion of the judge. They don't have to, but they may be revoked. They may be revoked. And if you go over to line 20, and commits, and means it happens, and commits an offense chargeable as a felony before the previous probation or post-release has commenced, the same as if it already commenced. And so if somebody has committed chargeable felony, if they're on probation, I'll say this, if they're on probation or post-release, they are given a whole list of things that they are supposed to do, that they have to do. And the top one that I've always seen is don't commit any other crime. So it's not like you don't know what you're being asked to do. And if we were trying to get at the issues that we've recently been talking about in Judd B and all that, then this would allow that to do and gives the judges the power to go ahead and revoke the probation and the post-release and the probation. And with that, I'd be happy to answer questions.
Questions for Senator Williams? No questions for Senator Williams. I recommend Senator Fillingham for a motion. Motion sufficient to pass. All in favor, let it be by sound. All opposed? Ayes carry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. See, Senator Sparks is to today's agenda. And I think it should be separate in your packet that you have. There will be Senate Bill 2043. And I recognize Senator Sparks to speak on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senate Bill 2043 addresses parole. This Senator Barr's bill we have is parolees obviously are governed by violent, nonviolent crimes, crimes with a weapon at 25, 50, and 60%. This is allowing an adjustment on nonviolent crimes that the parole board may reduce parole eligibility date for any offenders committed a nonviolent offense by the number of days which has been awarded to the offender under this subsection. So this is a bill that I think we discuss as it relates to maybe the inefficiencies we've had of actually following through on the program. And I would, Mr. Chairman, at the proper time, I certainly would yield any questions, but I also have a motion to add a reverse repealer just so that we can continue the dialogue on this bill.
Senator Sparks, are there any questions to Senator Sparks? If not, we'll ask Senator Sparks for a
Motion would be to add a reverse repealer.
motion is to add a reverse. Favorable, then we will sign
Aye.
on the opposed. That's carried. Senator Sparks, you recognize.
We'll make a motion to adopt the committee, I'm sorry?
Committee sub.
Yes, committee sub.
The motion is to adopt the committee, so all in favor, there will be no one signing. On the opposed.
Yes, that was Tyler Fishing do pass committee sub. I made a
Yes.
bad motion there, Mr. Chairman. My apologies.
We understand it's been a long day. Long day, already a week. Okay, thank you, Senator Sparks. All right, I think the last item that we'll cover today on corrections will be Senate Bill 2037. And 2037 is most of the bill is current law, except for if you turn to lines 80 to 82. Basically, what we'll do is that we've had some incidents where we have had others who have had taken care of our prisoners there. They have wanted to get what the Medicaid rate is. And so what we're asking right here that all medical care services providers shall submit medical claims at the applicable Mississippi Medicaid reimbursement rate. That's all that that's the only languages that we're adding to this bill. And any questions from anyone? Because Les will take that. Well, it can't be more than what the Medicaid rate is. Shall submit claims at the Mississippi Medicaid reimbursement. So the reason why that is
Not more than? I don't know.
legal.
Just a question. It doesn't matter. Whatever you think, Mr. Chairman,
No more than,
Be fine.
no more less than, or no more than.
No more than the Mississippi Medicaid reimbursement rate.
Okay, so
Offer that amendment.
we have an amendment offered by Senator Kirby. All in favor, let me know by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes carry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Kirby. I recognize Senator Kirby for a motion.
Towles Fisher do pass as amended. Committee sub. Oh, committee sub, I'm sorry. I'm on the floor. Yeah. All right.
Thank you. All in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes carry. All right. Recognize Senator Taylor for a motion. Monday, 10 minutes after.